Hey guys, Richard here for Romantic Missions. Today I came across something crazy. Check this out, guys. Check this out. The Siamese banana. Siamese banana. Look at this. Like seriously, this is real. This is legit. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's just two bananas in one attached together. How crazy is that? Right? It's a banana split, eh? Anyway, guys, I saw this today and it blew my mind. I can't believe I actually bought this because I just picked it up out of the grocery store and it just, hey, who would have known? And so today I was looking back into the science and the background about the Siamese twins and just understanding that. And I remember I looked it up and I saw the very first pair of Siamese twins, the very first ones ever recorded. And the reason why they're called, I just want to share this story with you because I thought it was so awesome is, the reason they're called Siamese twins is because these twins, I think it was Chang and Eng, right, were from Siam, right, which was Thailand, what it used to be called before. And they were born and they were connected together at the chest or the hip or something like that. But they're just, imagine two human people just connected by something here. Yeah, and so they were connected and they were born into a poor family. And what was funny was their history and their whole story is actually something that not many people know about, because they're in Siam or Siam, whatever, however you pronounce it. And this British explorer came across them in the market and he's like, it's a weird looking animal. And then he realized it's actually not an animal, it's actually two kids. Yeah, I think they were about 12 or something like that. And what he said was, went up to the mom and said, these kids, I want to take them back to America. I want to take them back to England. I want to take them back to the West to show them through the world and show the world that, there's something like this exists. And so he paid them, I think it must have been like £400 back then. This is in the 1800s, by the way. But the king of Thailand, the king of Siam, did not want to let them go. Right, so he took a lot of convincing, right? Some bribery with a captain of a ship, so that the king would finally let the kids go overseas on the ship because he really wanted to keep them for his own court, for his own entertainment, so he could show it to the people. But anyway, so they went over to the US and they started doing a tour of you could call it like a freak show or something like that. That's what they were doing. And what was interesting was these kids were crazy, right? They did actually like backflips, front flips. They just do all the crazy, awesome stuff to demonstrate that they're real and just really boggle the minds of people in the 1800s. And what was interesting about them was these kids, right? Although the twins, Chung and Eng, they were very different. As they grew up, Chung became an alcoholic, and I think it was Eng who became really just didn't want to drink at all. So, they're completely different people. And so what happened was they actually both realized their potential power. They were, probably some of the first entrepreneurs, the first entrepreneur Siamese twins ever, because they realized their power was in what they had. Their uniqueness was the power for them to actually go and make money. And so they instead of letting doctors try and cut them and split them apart because everyone was scared and didn't know what it was, because obviously there wasn't technology back then to figure out would they die or wouldn't they die. So they kept them together just like these bananas, right? They kept them together and, they're doing crazy things like that, backflips. But then they went touring around the world, right? They went touring around America and they earned so much money, so much money. They were actually luckily, although they were brought over as slaves, right, by the people, but they were actually paid very handsomely for what they were. And what they did with that money was they fired the old managers that brought them across and they hired new ones that would work for them. And they grew their business. They created an entertainment, business out of that. And from there, they just grew and grew and got bigger. They started buying a huge farm in Southern America, and they hired slaves back then in the 1800s. And this is all before the Civil War even happened. And then what happened was, they actually ended up getting wives, each of them having a wife each, and then they had 21 kids, and they also then went through, a lot of backlash, a lot of resistance from the world because they're it's bestiality to be marrying and having sex with, Siamese twins and all these other things. But they didn't care. They kept going. And they really just wanted what they wanted, which was, a lot of success. And then later on, it was all about love. and they found love, and then they were able to have 21 kids amongst the two of them. So one had 10, the other one had 11, and they really just, this story is so important. The reason why I want to share this was not just because I want to show off the bananas here, but because it's about recognizing what special talent do you have, what weirdness do you have. See, for them and for these bananas, it was a physical talent. You could see their talent, you could see their uniqueness, you can see their weirdness. But what's your weirdness? What's your talent? What makes you special? See, once you realize that, whether you can see it or not, it doesn't matter. Whether it's physical or internally in your own self, it doesn't matter. If you tune into what is your weirdest talent, tune into what is your weirdest and most unique feature, and actually utilize that and tap into that genius, then you can actually achieve more. Then that's how you actually spring out, and you spring out just like these Siamese twins, and really make a huge difference into the world here. And so, guys, that's what I want to share with you today, because I thought that was an amazing story, and I wanted to share this story with you on this momentous occasion with the Siamese bananas we have here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, whether I can eat 2 bananas at once, it's a bit much, or I just crack it open like Ken was saying, crack it open and just have as banana split, the natural banana split as they call it. So guys, this is the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you took a lot of value. The question I have for you is, what is the one weird or special or unique thing about you, and how are you going to get to amplify that out into the world, really bring it out to the world so that you can have more success in dating, more success in your life, more success in business, more success in your health life, whatever it is, having more success by tapping into what is really special, unique about you. So guys, that's the end of this one. I look forward to seeing you again soon. See ya. Thanks.